Okay, let's do some problem solving questions. Let's get started. This video is going to focus on highest common factor, lowest common multiple problem solving. So here's the first question. 36 is given as a product of primes here, and 140 is given as a product of primes here. What's the highest common factor of 36 and 140? Now, because these are given to you already, the implication is that you shouldn't need to do this method, 36 and 140, and then work out the highest common factor. You can do that if you absolutely are panicking and you don't know what else to do here, but have a think about what this means. The highest common factor are factors which go into both 36 and 140. You want the biggest number that goes into both. So let's have a look at these factors here. We know that 2 is a factor for both, and actually so is 4, because there's another 2 that's common to both. So 2 times 2 is 4. And you can see, is there anything else that goes into both of them? There's no other common factor. So the highest common factor using this approach is just going to be 2 times 2, which is 4. So another way to think of this is we can write 36 as 4 times 3 times 3, and we can write 140 as 4 times 5 times 7. Now, because that 4 is common to both, that's going to be the highest common factor. There's no other factors that match. So let's try another example here. Pause the video, try this. What's the highest common factor of 315 and 150? Okay, I'm going to now show you the answer. So we're going to find things that are common to both. So 3 is common to both. So 3 goes into 315 and 150. You can also see 5 is common to both. There's nothing else that matches between all three. So this is telling us that 3 times 5, which is 15, is the highest common factor of 315 and 150. So try again with this example here. What's the highest common factor of 120 and 300? Okay, so now I'm going to show you. You can see there's a 2 common, there's another 2 common, there's a 3 here, that's common to both, and also a 5. So the highest common factor here is going to be 2 times 2 times 3 times 5. That will give you 4 times 3, well, let's do 4 times 3 is, let's write this as 12 times 5, which is 60. So 60 is the biggest number that goes into 120 and 300. Okay, so for the following questions, we need to decide whether this question is a HCF question or an LCM question. So we just need to think, are we thinking of multiples? If you remember the video on running laps around a park, it's a multiples type question, or it's a factors question where we have to work out things that go into or fit into other things. So pause the video, read the question, and all you have to do is decide whether it's HCF or LCM. Okay, so I'm going to go through this. A football team and a hockey team share a field. The football team meets every 2 days and the hockey team meets every 4 days. How many days till they share a field again? Very similar to the running question. This is essentially the 2 times tables and the 4 times tables, and then seeing the lowest common multiple. So this is an LCM question. So we're just going to label this LCM. Question 2. So Kamal has 6 cans of soda, 15 cans of diet soda. He wants to create identical refreshment tables during the game. He doesn't want to have any left over. What's the greatest number of refreshment tables that Kamal can stock? So you're really looking at how you can distribute the 6 and the 15. If we want identical tables, then we're going to need to have the same amount on each table. So we're looking at factors here. So this is going to be highest common factor. So highest common factor in this case would be 3, so you want 3 on each table. Okay, next example, decide whether this is HCF or LCM. Read both questions. Okay, so for the first question, shelving 5 books and Abe is shelving 6 at a time. If they end up shelving the same number of books, what's the smallest number? So this is the lowest common multiple of 6 and 5. It's going to be 30. And then the next question, Colton has 16 blue and 8 white marbles. He wants identical groups without anything left over, so we want the highest common factor. Okay, last bit here. Decide whether these are HCF or LCM. Okay, so let's go through this. So if the lights are blinking every 4 seconds and every 6 seconds, then this is going to be the lowest common multiple. Slight twist on this because we have to work out how many times when they first flash and how many of those flashes fit within 60 seconds. And then the second question, we've got tours begin at 8:30 and then leave every 15 and 20 minutes. How often do they leave at the same time? This is lowest common multiple. Okay, hope you found that useful. There will be some more revision videos in this playlist over time, but that was the basics of HCF and LCM. I hope you found that useful. Smash the like button, hit subscribe.